Hello everybody and welcome to Rel's Room and welcome to the highly anticipated 1 vs 1 clash between VP James and VP Dad. They are playing a best out of 3 GB rules shipment 1 vs 1 and starting off on Team Deathmatch. You will both be using the same guns and same perks as you can see on the screen now. And like I say, this has been highly requested and I do just want to quickly apologise for the delay in actually uploading this. I've been doing some live commentating for Deserto on justin.tv/Deserto Live. So, you know, if you guys want to check me out doing some live commentaries in the future, or certainly just check out some Deserto tournament gameplay, make sure to visit that URL whenever you can. But let's get straight into the game here. VP Dad is taking an early lead, 1-0. I do just want to say at this point I will be from now on addressing them as just James and Dad to avoid any repetition. And let's face it, he is a community dad. In the bottom left hand corner there, that's something I should have pointed out from the start. VP James is the top 2 screens and VP Dad the bottom 2 screens. Now, as you can see, James is wearing his usual attire. He's got the banana suit, the sunglasses and the brewskis attached to his head, just in case he needs to refresh himself with some beverage, as he does quite frequently throughout the game, flexing his muscles there, view all. Very happy with his kill. My dad's actually gone for the Assassin's Creed look, he told me, in this game. And you may be able to see, if you do watch the bottom left-hand webcam and watch my dad play, he does share some very similar facial expressions to me whilst he plays, although you've probably never seen me play. But I would like you all to comment on what you think of the set layout even of this video. Me and my brother were thinking of doing something similar, maybe when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, getting a GB doubles up just for a little bit of fun and for something for you guys to watch. So if you do think the layout looks good, let me know. If you think I should change anything, let me know. But like I say, let's get straight back into the game. I want to apologise if I am reading out the scores wrong at any point, because I'm looking at a very, very small screen here as I am just commentating on it. And it's even Stevens now, 2 kills apiece. So VP Dad is putting up a good fight despite the votes in the comments on the previous videos going 60% towards James. Whether that's just based on fans or whether people think he is the better player, who knows. But what I can say is he does certainly have a lot more experience at first-person shooters, with him playing the N64 GoldenEye with us a long, long time ago. My dad has been practicing, though, for this match in preparation. He didn't want to let any of his fans down, so he's been playing the free-for-alls, and I must say he's certainly stepped up his game. And as you can see, he's holding his own against the favourite here. He's certainly the underdog. He has told me he doesn't want to be camping at any point during this match, and he wants to live by his motto, campers are haters, but he does desperately want to win, and he will do whatever it takes. And looking at the scores now, it's fairly even. There's not much in it at all. Dad getting taken out there. It looks even to me from what I can see here. James very happy. You can see the grin on his face. You can see that James does have a lot more control over the analog stick. Whether his shooting is on par with Dad, though, that is the question. And that could be the determining factor. Dad is making use of all of his stun grenades here and frequently using them. That's a tip that I gave him before the match actually started. I do just want to point out as well that my younger brother, Momentum, is actually in the room with James now, and I am in the room with Dad. You will see us popping on the webcam probably later in this series, as this is part 1 of 3. So my dad hiding behind the barrels there, making use of some cover, but he is on the push, on the prowl now, trying to get behind VP James and make those important kills. He does really want to take the first round off James. He knows that if he can get a 1-map lead, it might shake James up a little bit, and it might just give him that edge and that inspiration to take it one step further. But he is face palming now at that death. He's not happy at all. The MP5 Blue Tiger by VP James, if you do want to keep track of that. And standard camouflage by Dad, which is what I used to prefer on Call of Duty 4. So those are just minor Momentum's preset classes. So James is in the lead at the moment, and Dad has got some work to do. I'm just going to try and enlarge my screen a little bit so I can hopefully see the scores a little bit better, just in case I am getting them slightly wrong. And there's not actually much time left on the clock there. It just says there's 1 minute about left on the clock, and Dad is trailing by 1 kill. There is not much time to actually make this back, but is he going to be able to pick it up? James not having the best shooting at all. He does weaken Dad. Dad throwing out the stun grenades now. He needs to make that kill. He needs to get himself back in the game. There is not much time at all. Getting a nice stun grenade out there. It's actually a frag grenade, and James runs straight into it. And that has just even the score. It is a clutch grenade. Dad very happy with that kill. And he's got kill by James. A double facepalm from Dad. A flex from James. Not much time on the clock at all. He needs to bring this back to a tie, or he's going to be 1-0 down in the series. Can he do it? Can he pull this back? 20 seconds left on the clock. He is running round. He's trying to take advantage of him. He has stunned him and he makes the kill with a headshot. 6-all. And it looks like this is going to be a draw for the two excellent players. They are both free agents and currently looking for teams. And it is going to be a draw. Dad not risking it. James is pushing out, going for the kill. But Dad is happy with a draw and happy to replay the whole map. So as we go into intermission, you can see the frustration from James, but also the strange happiness as he swings his arms and flexes those muscles. Dad taking the hood off. He knows this is serious, relaxing his neck. Both of the two players actually complained of thumb pain after playing this game. It may be something that us experienced gamers have actually adjusted to, but they were both saying they don't know how we actually managed to play it for so long. You can see my brother there in his Tiesto shirt. Recently got back from Magaluf and went to see him. And he's going to be sitting next to James now on the bed, possibly doing a little bit of coaching. He's trying to get James in the game. James is more interesting. And there I am commentating on myself. And you can see, hand over my mouth, I was really cheering my dad on. I'm always a fan of the underdog. And James shocked at that. He's even knocked a can off his head. He looks a state, he looks a mess, and he looks shaken up a little bit by the surprise of Dad's actual talent on the game. Dad is going prone quite a bit here. He's trying to fool James, hide in the grass, making use of the camouflage available on the map. But it is no match as the scores do become even. 10-10, 1 kill each, 4 minutes 30 left on the clock. Dad making use of those stun grenades again, but he is weakened. He has had to retreat into a container now, and he has just got to let his health recharge. James knows exactly where he is, and he's just waiting. He's waiting. They are both waiting. None of them want to make the move. None of them want to go behind, because once you go behind, it's very hard to come back. And Dad is stunned. James is using the stuns now. Stunned again. 3 stuns. Shipment. This is the shipment we all know and love. And James adjusting to the GB rule set very well here. The grin on his face says it all. But the scores are still 10-10 with some tough shooting there. Phil can't actually believe what he is seeing here. I'm facepalming all over the show. And I'm trying to cheer my dad on. We are following strict rules not to give shout-outs, not to say where the other player is, as this has got to be all our own work. And Dad in the lead again, surprising all the viewers, I'm sure, taking it to 3-1, getting straight ahead of James. James is rattled. He doesn't know what's hit him, as he thought this would be a guaranteed win. Team Deathmatch, he said, was his speciality. He said that public game types are, he said that objective game types are for boffins, and he just wants to outgun Dad. But he is getting back in the game there with a very nice long-range spray. And Dad just needs to take his time now. Sound whoring will be at a minimum with Dead Silence attached, but it is still possible to do. James refreshing himself, quenching his thirst as his throat is dry from the sweat. That made no sense, but I'm going to continue this commentary anyway, as Dad is behind the car, making use of the cover. Another tip that I did give him, the 2 tips were make use of cover and use those stun grenades effectively, because those are 2 things that can separate the pros from the noobs. James, though, he is also aware of the frag grenade. Neither of the 2 players tend to cook the grenades at all. He likes to throw the laser grenades. And James is actually sitting back a little bit. I apologise if I am getting confused between the 2 screens here, but I'll just reiterate. James is using the blue Tiger gun, and he's in the top left corner. BP Dad, bottom right corner, standard camouflage. Dad just sitting back in the barrel there, biding his time, waiting for the moment to strike. He knows he's ahead. He knows he doesn't need to rush out too much, but he also doesn't want to be a camper. He stressed that to me at the start of the game. And I can see my brother, I can see my younger brother there getting stressed. My younger brother wanted James to win. You can see the similarities between my 2 brothers and between myself and my dad there. Is this a genetic thing? That's what I want to know. Do the VP family, or what is now the Imperial family, actually share some sort of gene that just makes us amazing Call of Duty players? We will see. What am I talking about? I'm not redoing this, guys. I'm continuing this commentary. I think I've mixed up the screens a little bit as I've been commentated, but you can see it for yourself. If you haven't already, what I would suggest is enlarging this and watching it in the highest definition possible so that you can clearly see it. My brother is laughing. I've got my hands on the sides of my head. I am begging for the win, and I am not impressed. I am impressed even, sorry. I am impressed. I've got to remember, VP Dad is the bottom, like I say, and I'm just going to pay attention to my dad here. I'm very sorry about this. I'm trying to do this as a one-off commentary, as I do feel if you keep redoing commentaries, sometimes you can lose your touch or you forget things that you've said that are important. But the time is running out again. What are the scores on? There is not long left on the clock at all, and it looks like, from what I can see from the very pixelated screen, 40 to 20. And will there be any changes in this? Let's see. Dad has actually got his Gold Desert Eagle out. He knows he was low on ammo. And he's taking some shots at James that are a bit wild, and he's going to have to get that reload. James with a turn on and takes out Dad. He's down. James needs one more kill to bring himself back into this game. 30 seconds left on the clock. This is very tense. Hands over my face. I'm nervous. And Dad is down again. The scores are tied. It's looking like this is going to be a replayed map. And will there be any changes in these final seconds of the game? Any changes at all? It's not looking like there's going to be. James, Dad is throwing some stuns out. He doesn't want to push out too much. And my dad is happy to replay the match. He's happy to be getting a draw against such a formidable player as James. And this is going to be a draw. So 2 draws. I thought I would include these maps. Like I say, I've seen these before. I didn't know whether to skip straight onto the won or lost games. But please stay tuned. I will try and get the next commentary up tomorrow or late tonight. Please stay tuned and follow the channel.